feel the power? Can you feel the power? Feel the power of W.A.M.
Positive Power 21.org Internet Radio.
You're listening to Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
Hey, my name is Davis and I'm from Haiti, but I live in Dominican Republic. I'm here, Positive Power 21, Jerry Royce Live Worldwide.
That's right, you tell them, little buddy. What's going on, family? You're listening Late Night with Jerry Royce Live Worldwide, a.k.a. the Batman of Charm City. And my good friend out of St. Louis, Miss Kimmie Kim. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. We got a great show coming from One Nation. We got Miss K Soul who's going to be joining us. That's right. We got a great interview with her. I'm going to sit back and enjoy it. It's Kimmie Kim do all the work. That's right. She's going to be doing all the work. All right, let's talk to Kimmie Kim and see what's going on in her world. What's up, Kimmie Kim? What's going on in your world? What's up?
How you doing today on this wonderful Monday? You doing good?
Yeah. I'm rested up from that big road trip that I had last week with the family. So I'm back in the saddle.
How was it?
It was great. Well, of course, those coastal storms, gave us a lot of rain. We get some sun, then we get some more rain. More sun, more rain. So we was out in the rain, but we enjoyed the indoors. We've been so used to it because of the pandemic. It really wasn't a big deal, But the Carolinas is so beautiful, Just didn't get a chance to really enjoy it like that.
How long were you there?
We was there for a long time, almost the whole week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you had plenty of time.
But it rained the whole time.
So you probably.
Yeah,
the rain. Yeah, that's it.
That's right.
That is not cool. But one thing about rain, it allows you to, stay in and spend more time with the loved one.
Yeah,
so
we did.
I bet that was nice.
Yeah, my daughter, she celebrated her 21st birthday, so we celebrated that in North Carolina I think we was at the Red Crab. It's kind of like Juicy Crab and Rockin' Toss. Have you ever been to any one of those places? But we had a great time, celebrating her, all day. That was an all-day thing. Started at lunch. And then we left Greensboro to head to Charlotte, where the real celebration started. She hooked up with some college friends. They go to school out in Charlotte, North Carolina. And they met up at a really nice restaurant called Fahrenheit. And, of course, my wife and I, we were staying at the beautiful Hilton Uptown, which was downtown. Beautiful hotel. Oh, you talking about some good food, man. That breakfast crew, man, they threw down. So, we had a great time. Me and the wife just chilled, watched some TV, just, stayed off social media as much as we could and just talk and just enjoyed our surroundings, Great time.
Oh, wow.
Gotta relax.
That's awesome.
Yep. So the kids are all
Ain't
checked
God
in.
good?
Yeah. So the kids all checked in to school. My son, he was happy. He loved his room. So he got his, of course, the first thing with them is they got to make sure they got their 42-inch TV set up, his game system, his Wi-Fi. Once he got that set up, he was good to go. He said he just got to get his Sunday ticket for the NFL. And he's a happy camper.
Yeah. I predicted you guys to win it this year.
I hope so. It's always predicated on injuries. You got to keep your main guys on the field, and the backups got to be good. They got to show up when their numbers call. Yeah, man. I always say football is a lucky sport. If you happen to have all your guys come back right when it counts, if you can win as many games as you can without your starters. And then as you get close to the playoffs, they start making their way back, getting in shape. You can make a good run for it. And this, looking at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last year, I don't think they really saw those kind of injuries that really hurt them, because I think all their players were what you call position players. Kind of like as long as your quarterback's still standing, you're good to go. Like that. Yeah. So we'll see. Kimmie Kim.
Though.
Yeah, we will see. Well, anyway,
that's true.
We just happy to be back. on the mic. We had some great
Yay.
shows earlier today. We shout out to Luce Max with Inspirational Hour. Great show. She had a children's book author on the show. I'm not sure, but I thought you had Diana Santa Maria on your show before. Very, very talented
Yes, she
young
sounds
lady.
so familiar.
Yeah, very talented
Yes.
lady. Of course, they talked about the author space. A lot of people, whether they're publishing their music, like Miss K Soul, or some of them are right. I'm getting bios now for future guests that are published authors as well as musicians. So we're gonna get multi-talented individuals coming our way pretty soon. Yeah, they're doing it all. Season
Well, you're doing
vets.
a lot.
Yeah.
I can't keep up with you.
yeah. We back in the studio. We're working on. Shout out to my man Harvey Morris. Harvey Morris just produced a nursery rhyme. And a lot of people don't be hearing a lot about nursery rhyme, but people don't understand that children's space is really blowing up with the animation. You got animators out there looking for music. They looking for voiceover work. Brown and black people. So, make sure you guys, fill up that one page and let people know that you could do everything, especially, eventually, one of our biggest goals, we looking to get into doing small theater productions. And of course, we want to cast some talent, dancers, singers, little off Broadway and put it on film. So that's our main goal once we get past this pandemic. But right now, we just meeting as many folks as we possibly can, and then just enjoying where we are right now. So we God's been blessed us to be able to just sit back and just watch and see what's out there. A lot of talent, Kimmie Kim.
That's true, though.
That's right. People finding their
Because
own.
we want to stay very safe, because now they're predicting that this won't end until 2022.
I kind of figured it too. I thought it was a matter of time when the pharmaceutical companies really have a chance to really try out, the medicine, because, face it, SARS been around for a really long time, but it's at another level because it came out of a lab. It wasn't produced by an animal, So I think that's the issue right now, is them just trying to find a safe way of doing it. I think they've just taking baby steps right now, what we do. Because I heard a third shot has been introduced in the state of Maryland to our governor. Shout out to Governor Hogan for taking that leap, because he actually is a cancer survivor. And I think I seen something hit the wire today that he got a third vaccine. So that's interesting. So we'll see, where we go from here.
Wow.
Yeah, just stay safe, people. Yeah, it's going to be over soon. I don't know when, because only God knows. He got his soldiers working on it. So we'll see. Just get healthy. People just got to, I think, Kimmie Kim, and this is just one more minute. We're going to let Miss Soul come on out of the queue and talk to you. But I really believe it's coming down to people just start taking care of yourself, because you just, at one time you never saw people over the age of 50, 55 in the gym, really getting in shape. Once you get out of competition, you really don't care. Except for I've seen a few people who were playing tennis. You got to remain, you have to maintain some type of strength, physical strength and flexibility when you play tennis. But, you don't see a whole lot of people in their 50s playing basketball, or hardball. Mostly they're doing bowling, skating, some, less physical sports. But I feel like you need the gym to even maintain, a muscle definition, which means the more muscle you carry in your body and the less fat. Fat holds toxins. And a lot of people don't realize that.
Yes.
And I'm hearing, when I'm on Clubhouse, I'm hearing how these nurses are coming in these Clubhouse apps and saying how they're losing a lot of patients with obesity a lot faster. And you don't hear a lot about that. And that's because their body has so much toxin in it that it can't fight this form of pneumonia. Yeah. That's right. It's tough.
I could see that. Inflammation. And remember our old friend, what was her name? She said, we need to poop more.
Yeah. Remember that lady. That's right. You gotta move it through, y'all. I was just like, you gotta detox. And then, you're starting to hear a lot about your berries, your smoothies now. I noticed the smoothies are getting a lot bigger now, where before it was just the the big gulp and the big hamburgers from McDonald's was getting bigger. But now it look like the smoothies are starting to get bigger now. My wife says she drink a smoothie and she's full. And my wife lost 30 pounds since the pandemic. 30 pounds. And she ain't never do no
30 pounds?
exercising. Yeah, she exercising, pulling on those resistant bands, walking around the lake a couple times.
Told you about
Yeah, so I think this pandemic have given us a different thought process about taking care of ourselves, looking better, feeling better, and putting good things in your body. Because the stuff is out there, you just gotta, I think now because we had to slow down, we had no choice to start observing what we need to do for ourselves. Amen.
That's so true.
All right.
That is so true.
Were you ready to
and
talk
I agree
to?
Because
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kim.
No, I was just saying, if you don't take care of yourself, you can't fight too many diseases. And
That's
I'm
right.
ready
That's right.
for
Can't fight it.
my guest on today.
Yeah.
Yes.
Miss K Soul. Let's let out the queue. I'm just going to say hello to her. Hello, Miss K. How you feeling?
Hello.
Welcome to Positive Power.
Yay. Welcome, K Soul. That is,
Hi,
I love your
evening.
name.
Thank
It's
you for
definitely
having me.
different.
You're welcome. But look, you guys have a great show. I am on the sideline, and I'm just going to be observing, engineering.
Well,
right.
K Soul, how you doing? Thank you, Jerry.
You're welcome.
Okay, so thank you so much for allowing me to fellowship with you as it relates to your wonderful music and all the other things that you're doing. How you doing on tonight?
Oh, I am well for a Monday.
I'm good, and I just love fellowshipping with music artists and those who are writing books, and I'm just amazed about your wonderful bio. But before we dig into who you like what you're doing and the things that you want to tell us as it relates to your projects and things like that, can you tell the listeners who is K Soul?
Well, K Soul, I am a singer, songwriter. I'm based in Chicago. I have been writing and singing pretty much my whole life since I was a kid.
Okay.
I like to consider myself a healer through my music. I try to share pretty transparent stories about my life and my observations in hopes that, people will be able to listen to my music and find a ray of hope.
I like that because honestly, we need that. I just love the fact that you believe in giving hope to those who are in need, and that is important because without hope, it's impossible to have faith in the things that we're doing. And I thank you so much for that. Before I begin, Jerry says there's an echo. Let me make sure. Okay. No, okay. But you say you love joy. I love joy too because joy and hope allows you to, understand who God is. So, what type of music do you tend to listen to, and how did music become your passion?
I listen to a wide variety of music, from gospel to hip hop, R&B, jazz. Music was always something that was an escape for me. Even when I would go to church as a kid, my favorite part of the service would be the choir. It's just always been that safe space. Like, you can find a song that pretty much covers any emotion that you may be feeling at that time, and it allows you to feel that emotion and deal with it. And music is not judgmental, so it's just always been a go-to for me.
I love music because I came back to the Lord from a song. I didn't need to hear another sermon. My mind was made up that I wanted to renew my relationship because you get tired of doing the same things over and over again, and music is so powerful. Do you write most of your music?
I write all of it. It all comes
Oh,
from my heart, from my soul. Yeah, it's I've been writing about as long as I've been singing, so they kind of go hand in hand for me.
oh, so writing is another passion. I see now that maybe a book will be coming very soon then, huh?
It's funny you should say that because I'm actually like when I was a kid, a teenager, I started like several books. I used to write a lot of poems, so I may have to do that.
Oh. Mhm. And you'd be amazed that I love poetry, and there's so much you can do with writing and music, and allow it to be story told to those who are facing ups and downs and trials and situations. And when they hear music like yours, they can feel inspired. How does it feel in knowing that you inspire people with your music?
It feels amazing, honestly. Especially in this day and time when, as artists, we're told to pay attention to streams and followers and likes
Mm.
and all of these kind of superficial things, if you ask me. But when you get that real feedback, when people can really take what you've given from your heart and they can feel it in their heart, and it actually does do what I wanted to do, which is to provide that inspiration to me, that's the biggest win.
Absolutely. And my sister, you are so beautiful inside and outside. And I see in your bio you are a model. Wow. How was that as well? Um, did you enjoy doing modeling?
I do love to model. It's actually, just kind of another one of those dreams come true. Especially being a plus size model. You didn't always see
Hmm.
representations of women that look like myself. So to now be able to, have that as something that I do as part of my brand, I really love it. I love fashion anyway, so it really kind of goes hand in hand with
Oh,
everything that
I
I
see
do.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see your style. I was like, ooh, she got style. Look at that bold pose on the flyer. It's like, I like her. I knew that we were going to have a good time because it's something about, fashion. It's something about a smile. You cannot fake that. And it shows that your presentation and you're happy within. And so that's good to see. I mean, sisters, we are called to, glean and lean on one another. And I thank you for just being transparent. What kind of songs do you tend to relate? Do you write songs based on what you're going through or things that you see that's happening in the world? How do you come up with that hit song?
It's a little bit of both. I'm an empath and I'm
Mhm.
also an introvert, so I internalize a lot. So my music kind of becomes that outlet, and it can be a situation in my life, and I just want to get out. It may make me feel anger. Okay, how do we get out anger? What story are we telling about this? And then, but how do we give hope? Because that's always my goal. Like I want to relate to the feelings that we all have as humans, whether it's sadness or happiness, but I also want to provide that hope in it as well. So when I'm thinking about it, I may think of something a friend went through and how they got through it, and what would I want to convey in a song of like it's your time to fly or something like that to encourage people to
Mm.
still move forward. So it kind of starts in that process.
Wow. And you have a variety of music. It seems like you were nominated at the Chicago Independent Music Awards and other places. How does it feel to be recognized for your passion and knowing that people appreciate the things that you're doing in music? Because I love independent artists because I really believe that the best music comes from you all because you're not told what to write, what to play. I want it this way. You actually can be yourself. And so I bet that's an amazing feeling just to know that you're writing your music and you're receiving recognition for that. How is that uh, feel? I mean, just knowing that you're a model, you're writing, and now I just see that book coming. What is it like in knowing that you're living out your purpose?
You know, that's a very good question. I some days it's like really amazing. You know, if I'm being totally
Okay.
honest, it's amazing because, I did have moments in my life where I wasn't sure, one, if I would have the courage to sing and sing my own music and if it would be received. And, everybody's not rooting for you. There are naysayers. So I think just
Mm.
there's a
Come
part
on.
of it where you're like, I pushed past all of that to get here. And there's this recognition of saying, yo, we like you just for who you are. So, of course, that always feels
Mm.
really good. But then there's that other side of it where you still kind of second guess yourself sometimes. And each time you get on the stage in front of someone new or you talk to someone new, it's like, will they like it too? So it's like it's a back and forth. You have to develop a confidence that even though there are groups of people that are liking it, it's still like a steady process to get to that next level.
Absolutely. But you know what? That means that you're humble. You're not conceited with the gift that God has given you. That's all good. And by all means, for you to get so many recognitions, it must be something that you're doing right. And at the same time, they see that you are having a great time with producing music because um, you're not just doing it for, the fame or the money. You're doing it because this is what you are called to do. And when you are living out your purpose, I find that you receive more abundant awards than, those who just do it for the money. So I really applaud you for being so transparent about there are times you struggle because, you know, there are times you may want to be by yourself, but you can't because people are pulling you from one place to another. And how do you manage that? Do you have your me time when it's my me time? I don't feel like doing this. Do you set time for yourself? Self care, because you're doing a lot.
I
Music,
am doing a lot.
modeling, yes. Now you're working on another new EP. I mean, that's amazing.
It is a lot of balance. For me, I'm also a mom, so there's that aspect of it as well. I'm pretty disciplined about my time. I try to set studio schedules. Everything for me is a timing thing. Like I need it on the calendar. I like to know what's going on so that I can plan accordingly.
That's awesome. And how is it in Chicago? Are you still there, or have you moved outside of Chicago or into another city?
I'm still in Chicago, but I'm in Atlanta a lot, so I'm kind of in between the two right now.
Oh,
Probably gonna make a move pretty soon, but yeah, I'm kind of in between the two right now.
that's awesome. So people can find you Midwest and in the South. Which one do you prefer, Chicago or Atlanta, and why? I'll put you on the front.
Oh boy.
You brought it up.
Oh man, yeah, I did. I guess I opened the door for now. You know what?
I wish you would say Atlanta.
Chicago.
Oh,
I will have
Chicago.
to say
Really?
Chicago. I will just because, I've been in Chicago my entire life. Like, I have so many roots here. It's such a beautiful city. I know it gets a bad rap, but there are a lot of history, a lot of music history um,
Mm-hmm.
here in Chicago. I do
Okay.
love Atlanta, though.
Yes.
I mean, you can't beat, like 70-degree weather in November. Chicago, you would never really have that. So, but I think it would take a while for me to be in Atlanta a little more, to get some of that Chicago out.
Yeah. I love Chicago too. I love your stuffed pizza, by the way. Oh, so delicious. And your popcorn. And so what is next with your music? I hear that you're working on an EP. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes, I'm working on a new EP. It is entitled Connections. It's a concept EP. Just all about the connections we have with ourselves and with each other. I released an album last year called In My Mind, and it it discussed a lot of the emotions that we can go through, when we're going through low times or high times, and it offers some encouragement. So Connections is kind of a compliment to the album where it says, okay, now we've talked about all the emotions, but how do we get there? What are the connections, the people in our lives? What things within ourselves are we connected to that maybe we need to disconnect from? So I released a single for that, Strong Connection, back in April. And the second single, Lost Connection, comes out September 24th.
Okay. Well, I would like to play one of your songs as we're doing the interview because I want to know. I just love music, and I want to. Which one do you prefer, the Strong Connection to play first, or Blood in My Veins?
You can play Strong Connection. That's the newest single that's out right now.
Okay, give us a synopsis on that before we play that.
Strong Connection is the last song on the EP, and it is the end goal. Whether it be love, whether it's your connections with your family, your work, it's about getting to that place where we have these strong connections, these deep, intimate connections that I believe when we get there, they help move our lives forward.
Oh, wow. That is so beautiful because I really believe that is important, strong connections. Because when you have a strong connection with whatever you love to do or with whoever you want to be connected to, you are able to not only lean and glean from each other, but you can help and fellowship with one another. It's definitely important to have a strong connection. And Jerry, I was wondering, can we play that first?
You're ready.
All righty. I'm looking forward to this wonderful strong connection because that synopsis sounds very something I would love to hear. And we're going to play it and come right back.
Got a strong connection, kinda like reflection. If I'm being honest, you make me lose direction. I can't focus. Such a strong connection, a one-time insurrection. Storm the walls of my heart for love's great resurrection. You love me, you love me, I love you. Sometimes forever be connected to you. This time I'm being patient, so patient. Confirm your dedication. Not taking no sweet words, just action affirmations. You love me, you love me, I love you. Soul ties forever be connected to you. You
beautiful. Oh my goodness. It's very smooth and relaxing. I love your voice. Wow. And how long you been singing again, my sister?
Well, first, thank you so much. I've been singing my whole life. I started singing as a kid in church and was in choir, and so yeah, I've been singing my whole life.
Oh wow. I love that. I like that. See, I like the soul music because it really gives you more freedom to be you. And I love your beats and your tracks. Do you make your tracks or do you have studio? I mean, the track by itself is just like so amazing. Then the words, I really enjoy that. So I can see why people recognize you. It's beautiful and it's authentic. You can just tell you're singing from your soul. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. That track actually was produced by Anthony Smith, who is
Okay.
a producer out of Chicago. I usually come up with like the initial concepts and just different directions I want to go, and then I'll send him a voice note. So it's kind of a collaborative effort. But he does a lot of the heavy lifting. Once I give the initial ideas, he kind of brings it on home.
Okay. He knows what he's doing too. So it takes really a good producer to understand you, and then you guys have a strong connection.
Yeah.
I like that. And so I'm learning so much about you. You're a mother, you love music, you love to model, you love fashion. Um, what is like your favorite book in the Bible?
Hmm. My favorite book in the Bible is Proverbs because
Oh,
Proverbs to me is the whole Bible is a teaching guide, but Proverbs like really breaks it down. It really gives you those life lessons of, what you can expect
wisdom.
and how you can live. And, it's really clear. I feel like, if you want to know what God expects from us, if you don't read any other book in the Bible, read Proverbs.
Yes, because when I came back to the Lord back in 1998 after doing my own prodigal daughter activities, I went to Proverbs and I went to Matthews. It's so right. Proverbs is like, it tells you what you can't do and it's no in between. And hey, this is God's word. And Solomon was interesting. He was very interesting after reading him as well. But I love Proverbs. And wow, my sister, how did you come up with the name K Soul?
I used
Is
to
that your
go
real name?
by. It's no, it's not. I wish it was. Actually,
I
when I
mean,
grew up, everyone called me K. Everyone would call me KK. Actually, as a short for my real name, my full name.
oh,
And then when I
okay.
started singing, I would go by KG, which is a short of my last name. But when I got more serious about it, it was like, okay, that doesn't really make sense. And I was going back and forth with a few people, and we were like,
K
soul, like
Soul.
you're so soulful, and it's from your soul, and it was just K Soul.
I mean, it's like such a great name, and I know you probably copyrighted because it's different, and it shows that you love music, you have a beautiful heart, and my name is Kim, so K, Kimmie K.
Hey,
So I
you
like
like
that.
K.
So exactly. So with that being said, who are some of your favorite artists out there? Whether it's R&B, gospel music, and why?
Well, I love old school music, so let me first say that. I mean, I
Mm,
think it's something to be said for the classics of an Aretha Franklin, a Whitney Houston,
of
Stevie
course.
Wonder. So I'm always that's always an option. But if I'm thinking about some artists now that I really like Molly Music. I think he was one of
Okay.
the first artists I listened to where I could tell that he was speaking God's word through his music, even though it was considered R&B music. So I really liked that about him. I thought that was really bold. I still love like a Lauryn Hill, a Jill Scott. I just think, those sisters are lyricists. Whenever they're singing, it's always going to touch the heart. So when I need to just really think and vibe out, I go there. I like Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole. If I'm listening to more hip hop, I like to hear their real stories, their wordplay.
Oh, wow.
They also challenge me as a writer, just to keep, up my writing game and make sure I'm staying sharp. So yeah.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. So you have a variety of people. You can go from old school. Since you went there, name one of your favorite old school rappers?
Oh,
I'm sure you got a little rap music.
Rapper. Okay. I'm going to have to go with. Oh boy, I was gonna really think about this. I don't know if he's. Well, okay, I would say LL Cool J. I just like his style.
Okay, that's different.
Like, heartthrob type song. So I like that.
Oh wow! I am so. I thought you were gonna say Tupac.
I wasn't thinking about him as old school, but I kind of prefer Biggie.
Okay. Oh, you heard me. But I like that. I like Biggie too, but I prefer Tupac. Hey, when I went to the clubs back in those days, hey, when Biggie came on, I danced. When Tupac came on, I danced. So that was many, many years ago. So that's good to know that you're able to relate because, people say when you are walking for the Lord or you're on a different path, you can't express, secular music and you are being not a real believer. And I tell people that it's not what you listen to, it's how it affects you. And so I like the fact that you can be real. And I see why people love you because you're real, authentic. And with that being said, what is one of the things to do when it comes to like being at home? Do you enjoy either reading, writing, cooking, or just being lazy? Because self-care to me is very important, especially for women. We do so much. Sorry, Jerry.
Self-care is very important, and I'm actually still on that journey of learning to do more of that. I do like to cook. I love movies. Um, so I'm probably doing that if I'm not in my studio because I also have a home setup. Movies, cooking, hanging out with my daughter, shopping.
I love to shop. Are you a shoe person or are you more of a clothes person?
Both.
Ah,
you gotta have shoes to go with the outfit, right?
That's true. So I bet you. Okay. See, when I was there, I used to when I go to the store, I make sure I have that perfect shoe with the outfit. You're so right. You're so right. I just like you because it feels like you're more than a sister. You're a girlfriend. We could just talk about anything, like from music to personal events and things that you're doing. And also, I was reading through your resume, your bio more so, and I just what keeps that really stand out is the fact that you have so many people recognizing you. I'm like, wow, this is so amazing. And now you are a brand ambassador for mental health awareness. Wow. Tell us more about that.
That has been something that's always been near and dear to my heart. The African American community, I believe specifically, doesn't always address that, hasn't always made it easy to speak on those issues. But I find that they're very important. I center my music around a lot of it, and I wanted to make a firm stance on that. So that's been something that I've been very vocal about in my music and in my interviews because I think it's something that I've personally had to deal with, And I think other people deal with it and may not always feel like comfortable talking about it. And maybe if they hear someone else speak about it, they'll be encouraged to either speak about it or just get their own help so that they can feel better as well.
Because I just told my daughters 2 weeks ago that you're going to start going to a mental doctor as well as your physical doctor, because you're right. We tend to just only focus on the physical piece. But more and more, I'm starting to realize that, mental health is important, because you're seeing so many people just, taking someone's life over, minimal stuff. And I really believe it has something to do with their mental health. I mean, mental health is so important. And I'm so grateful that you brought that up, because Black Americans, African Americans or Black people, we tend to say, "Oh, the Lord will work it out." But God also allow us to have common sense as it relates to going to see a doctor when we have a headache or when we have something wrong with our breathing. What do? We go to the doctor. So I think it's important, if we have mental issues, we go to a doctor. And I'm so grateful that you brought that up, because I really believe that, Jesus, he gave us common sense on that factor. So I really definitely take a bow on your behalf for doing that. And then you podcast? Oh, my goodness.
No, I don't podcast. I was on a podcast. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you were featured. I'm about to say, oh, my goodness. What else you don't do? So mental health awareness is something that I definitely would like for you to, come back on maybe Elation Magazine and talk more about, because right now you're seeing so many people, as we are facing this corona, going through health issues, and they're not they need help. And I really want to go more in depth in this, because mental health is so important. So I just want to thank you so much for this opportunity. And after all of this is done, and people continue on loving you and loving your music, what kind of legacy would you like to leave behind?
When I think about why I do everything that I do, and I think about my daughter, it definitely starts with her. As far as a legacy, but I want people to be able to go back to my music and always find healing and hope and inspiration. I try to make what I like to call timeless music. That music that you can listen to now or 10 years from now. And I want people to remember me for my compassion, for somehow their lives to be changed, or even if they're just encouraged, back to that mental health conversation, if they're just encouraged to say something that maybe they wouldn't have said before, then that would be a beautiful legacy for me to leave behind.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's amazing. And no. But I just want to say, wow. I just, oh, Kimmie, you were right. I'm so sorry. I was on speakerphone. I'm so sorry. Can you hear me now? Hello?
Hello, yes, I can hear
Hello?
you.
Okay,
Hello?
I'm so sorry about that. Yes, I was on the speakerphone. I'm so sorry, Jerry. Okay, yes, legacy through your daughter is definitely important. And just knowing that you want to make sure that the music that you are making now is relevant when she is of age, and her children and the children, that is amazing, because sometimes I'd be listening to some of this music and I'm like, what are they saying? So just to know there are still artists who really care about the legacy of the music that they make, that's really cool. And where can people find your music, or how can people say, I would love to have her come and, bless us with some of her music, or, share some information about mental health, where can people find you?
They can go to my website, www.ksoulmusic.com. They can check me out on Instagram. I'm on, well, first of all, they can find my music everywhere. So if they listen to it on Apple
Okay.
or Spotify, Pandora is there. They can go to my website. They can get to my social media from there. I'm really active on Instagram. That's at KSoulMusic. And then they can also reach out to my management, One Nation Under God Records.
One Nation Under God record. I love that. And what would you tell someone who is aspired to become a independent artist? What kind of advice would you give them?
I would tell them to first, be clear about why they're doing it. To start now. Sometimes we wait to start and do the things we want to do for various reasons. Just to start now with whatever you have. And most importantly, invest in yourself, believe in yourself. I think some independent artists don't fully understand that. And yes, investment also means money, proper photos, good, quality recordings, good production. Just really taking the time to be meaningful about your product and make sure that when you present it to the world, that it truly does reflect who you are.
I agree, because if we can't spend that much money on, when we go to the major record labels, why not spend that on yourself? Because your presentation says a lot about you. So I am 100% on agreement with you on that. And wow, I just want to thank you so much. You're so amazing, so easy, so laid back. What is your favorite color?
My favorite color is pink.
Oh, I should have guessed that. Well, I kind of figured either pink or red. Well, I just want to thank you, Casey. Trinity, you're an amazing, inspiring young lady and a model, a singer, mental health ambassador, a single mom, and from Chicago. I'm in St. Louis. Midwest is in the house. So I'm going to bring Jerry on. Jerry, do you have anything to say before we hear this wonderful second song from K-Soul?
I just want to say thank you so much, Kay, for coming on our show. And we got to have you back, okay? Got to have you back.
Absolutely.
Got a lot of shows.
I want her back, too, especially when we have mental health awareness. I would love to talk more on that, because she is so right about the church. We always say God will take care of us. God is a healer. I really believe in that wholeheartedly, but at the same time, He does give us, resources to go to. So
Absolutely.
I really love the fact that you believe in that, because we're losing so many people in our communities due to mental illness. And so I thank you so much for doing that from the bottom of your heart. I could just feel that's another passion of yours, and you enjoy doing it. Yeah.
I do.
So,
and
Jerry,
I would love to come back.
I would love for you to come back. Jerry, we need a podcast on mental illness one Monday, don't we? Hint, hint.
Well, we can invite her to one of our special television summits coming up. We send some information out to her. Make sure you have your management reach out to us and let us know you're interested in television, because I did send him the information because I knew you were going to be a good guest.
I appreciate that, and I will definitely get on management about that.
Amen. All right. Yeah, you got to watch them guys sometime. They be skipping stuff. All right. But thank you so much for having us and sharing your beautiful music. And definitely we'll be opening up our podcast with your music. So thank you so much for sharing. Amen.
Amen. Well, I'm just going to say, if you don't mind give us like a prayer, and we're going to go out on your music. And this next song that we're going to be listening to is called Blood in My Veins. Wow. Can you give us a synopsis on that before we close out?
Yes, Blood in My Veins was the first single off of my album, In My Mind. The theme was broken and beautiful. I wanted to share some brokenness of myself to encourage others to find beauty in their broken spaces. And it's really a metaphor of coming out of the darkness, out of the rain, into the sunlight, coming from those valleys that we sometimes go through onto the mountaintop.
Oh, wow, that's beautiful. That is so beautiful. Thank you so much for that. So without further ado, Jerry, do you have anything you want to add before we play this?
I can't wait to hear this song. I haven't heard it yet. I'm ready.
I know.
Yeah, I love that first one.
Yeah,
I love the first song. Yeah, the first song was really nice.
You may have to send me that song. I'm sorry. I really love that.
You gotta reach out to management.
That was dope.
I can't do that.
Okay.
You gotta reach out to management. See that, Kay? She trying to get me to give away your music for free.
Oh no!
Gotta go through the proper channels. That's right. Go through the proper channels. All right. Thank you, Kay, for joining us. And here we go. This beautiful song by K Soul.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, 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 oh. There's blood in my veins. Fear in my pain. Blood in my veins. Fear in my pain. Wanna tell you a story of me. Tell you about my life before a street called Queen. See, I've been going through since a very little girl, born at the bottom with a tattered old soul. I've been up and I've been down. The valley low won't hold me down. And you ain't seen what happened to me when darkness falls. Demons will creep. There's blood in my veins. Fear in my pain. Can't come out into the sunlight, 'cause it never seems to rain on me. There's blood in my veins. Fear in my pain. Can't come out into the sunlight, 'cause it never seems to rain on me. Do you hear me now? I'm singing my song. Tell you about the things that been done wrong. Gonna expose sin, laying at the cross. Down on my knees, Lord, help me please. I've been up and I've been down. The valley low won't hold me down. Just a little girl with a tattered old soul in a shack down south. Be quiet, I was told there's blood in my veins. Fear in my pain. Can't come out into the sunlight, 'cause it never seems to rain on me. Blood in my veins. Fear in my pain. Can't come out into the sunlight, 'cause it never seems to rain on me. That linger in my own brain. Take me out of here, don't wanna be here no more. Thank God he heard me and he saved me, yeah.
Hello, beautiful people. My name is Popular the Generous, gospel artist from Lagos, Nigeria, Africa, and you're listening to the Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast. I got my new single playing on there, Hadura. You don't want to miss it. One love, one God, one people, and one faith. Hallelujah day. That's how we roll. That's how the team go.